AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey girl, what you doing?
Tonight's episode, we are recapping Season 5, Episode 3 of New Girl, titled Jury Duty. So tonight is a very big episode because now we know why Zooey Deschanel is leaving. Before we start, if you guys haven't done so already, please comment and like and subscribe to AFTERBUZZ TV's YouTube channel and post comments, predictions, opinions, anything you have. If you just want to say hi, we'd love to say hi back. And if you guys want to keep the conversation going, use the hashtag ABTVNewGirl. I'm your host, Kellie Knezovich, and you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kellie Knez. And I have my two co-hosts with me. We have Fiona and Michelle. And where can everyone find you guys?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Fiona Zaring.
And you can find me same places at _MichelleFee.
I like it. All right, so big episode.
Huge.
Yes. We knew Jess was leaving for jury duty.
Wait, speaking of huge, did any of you guys notice her baby bump?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, like they were no longer hiding it.
I mean, she had there was one shot where she had a huge purse.
Mm-hmm.
Did not cover it well enough, but I mean, we all know why she's leaving.
Right.
So I guess you can't really hide it that well. But I kind of got a little sad near the end.
Yeah.
And you know, it was funny in the end when she was like, or you know, when they were like, come back soon or don't leave, anything like that. I kind of felt like that was a little real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like
like
all right, see,
scripted.
yeah. Like the emotions were really like, you know, Zooey Deschanel, we're gonna miss you.
I mean, she's like the heart and soul of
she
the whole
is the
show.
new girl.
Yeah, she is the new girl. Well, technically, CeCe is the new girl
Oh,
now. But
speaking of, lots of drums between Nick and CeCe. As there was last week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're building some tension there for sure.
They are, yeah. But it's also very understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It all revolves around Schmidt. I mean, you have
Right.
Schmidt's fiance, and then you have Schmidt's best friend.
Yeah,
And
and they all live together.
They all live together, and of course there's going to be issues. Nothing is perfect. However, I don't really think then again, CeCe didn't really leave any of her clothes lying around, but I was going to say I don't really think there were issues before she, you know, became the fiance, but it's because she now basically lives there and leaves her crap everywhere.
Yeah.
And Nick is just so dramatic with, you know, there's a dam of CeCe's clothes everywhere and I can't step over it.
So dramatic.
I loved it though.
I feel like looking at it now, though, like now that we see CeCe, now that we see them living together, you can kind of tell like how opposite they both are. You know, like I feel like, I mean, I never saw that before because I feel like Schmidt is so clean and neat.
Right.
And like,
but it's interesting how Schmidt is so clean and neat, and yet he even says in this episode, I can't see CeCe's flaws.
Right.
well, it's because he's in love and he has
That's
rose-colored
what did Nick
glasses
say?
on.
Nick said, yeah, exactly, the rose-colored glasses, and Nick said, you know, oh shoot, what did he say? He's love blind.
Love blind.
Which
There you go.
he
Yeah,
absolutely
that's what it
he is. But that scene where Nick comes out, wherever he was, the room, and Schmidt's like, Nick, your cereal bowl is left out. You need to clean it up. That's disgusting.
Right.
And of course, CeCe's leaving all of her crap everywhere.
Yeah.
I liked that they chose Nick to be so irritated because he's the slobbiest one in the apartment.
that's true.
So I really like that they had him be mad as opposed to like Winston.
Yeah.
You know, because it
Yeah.
just easily could have been Winston that had the problem with her, but it was almost more ironic coming from Nick.
Maybe Nick was just irritated that he didn't have any room for his mess.
Maybe.
Could be.
Because that could be it.
But I think it was also one of those things because he, you know, at the beginning of the episode, he was like, I'm funny, let me be funny. You know, don't try to take my humor away from me. And then at the end, he was like, okay, I'm jealous.
Like, I guess.
So, I mean, we understand his motives and his reasoning behind the way he is.
Right.
It's very understandable, too. I mean,
absolutely.
anyone could really see through that. And, you know, it's not, wow, CeCe's, you know, not letting me be funny or CeCe's a slob. It's really, okay, you're jealous, which makes sense, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have kind of a battle of the roomies. I feel like we have Nick versus CeCe, and then in the beginning we have Winston versus Schmidt with the painting.
Right.
Because Schmidt does not want the painting to go up, and yet Winston is like, nope, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And what do you know? He damages the wall with a hammer.
Classic
Of course he
Winston.
does.
I know. I just
course
love
he
how he
does.
tries to cover it up too, though.
With toothpaste and duct tape.
And duct tape. He kind of looked like a spider wall. But I feel like he's very like, okay, guys, what if we were to maybe, adjust the, what is it called, the roomie agreement?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Roommate agreement. And, maybe let's all try to put in money to fix things. Of course, he's kind of beating around the bush a little bit.
Right.
Typical Winston, of
Right.
course. And I was kind of surprised that nobody was really upset.
Nobody was mad, and he blames
Yeah.
it on Schmidt
Yeah.
for a minute,
At the
too.
end,
He
yeah.
tries to sort of push it onto him, and Schmidt doesn't even really, battle him on it.
Right.
Everyone's, like, so focused on other things that this huge crack and shattered wall is, I think Jess goes, like, did that wall break? And then they just, like, move on from it.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
He gets off super easy.
Well, it's very interesting to see how Jess is kind of like, as much as she was the new girl in the beginning, she's kind of the person that hold, like the glue
Yeah.
that holds
Yeah.
everyone together.
Yeah.
I
Because
agree.
without her,
I mean, everything fell apart.
oh,
literally.
it did. It absolutely did. Luckily, they did come together in the end.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they kind of had to.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very interesting, if they quote unquote resolve their problems tonight.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't think they're going to have all of their problems resolved over the next 6 episodes. Is that what it is?
I think so.
I think it's 6.
6
or-
episodes
yeah.
with Megan Fox. She'll be in next week's,
Mhm.
I believe.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
I think
that.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I wish Jess could still be here.
Yeah.
But I'm not, like, that mad because we're getting Megan Fox.
Right.
What did you think about Jess? Okay, so Jess left for jury duty and she's in line. She's pro jury duty, which no
It's
one
not
is.
surprising.
But it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Exactly. Typical Jess day. And she gets coffee, or the guy behind her says, I'll get you your coffee, and she's like, oh, I'll take a tea, and he leaves his name and number on her cup.
So
I know. It was really adorable.
I kind of like that.
That's a good move.
Yeah, I kind of like that if that's going to be a potential relationship.
I know. I do
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
like his personality.
Mhm.
And I like that they made him a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
That's like not that she always, dates random people, but she went from Nick to, was he a teacher or something?
Yeah, the British guy.
The British guy,
What's
what
his
was his
name?
job? I don't
He
remember
was a
his name.
he was a teacher.
He was a teacher.
He's a teacher,
Yeah.
so now she's dating like a
He
lawyer.
was really cute.
He was
I
super
liked
cute.
him. I liked him
But
a
I
lot.
feel like Jess has kind of dated.
Everyone.
Well, yeah, she's dated silly people.
Yeah.
And she dated. Wasn't Sam in like the second season or something? Sam
I remember.
was a doctor kind of thing. I think he was with maybe it was the third season with Olivia Munn was Nick's girl for a little bit. Like she was a stripper.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think she dated a doctor, but he was funny
Silly.
and kind of not very professional.
Yeah.
This lawyer, I think, is very professional. I think it's kind of a good move.
Yeah.
For Jess,
It's a
think.
different relationship. It'll
Yeah.
be different for us to watch.
Yeah, but I like it though, because she's very silly and fun and not carefree, because she wants to do everything right, and he's a
Right.
lawyer who does everything right. So
Right.
I think it could work.
I think so too.
I'm
I think it could be
excited.
interesting.
Yeah.
I hope we see something. Oh, we won't, because she's not going to be
Well,
on the
maybe
show.
we'll see something
After.
when she comes back.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like they sort of planted him there.
Yeah.
You know,
For a
like
reason.
for a reason.
It's not
He
just
didn't
like a
need
one-time
to-
episode.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
need to be in the
Yeah.
episode, sort of.
Ooh, exciting
that's
things
kind
to
of
look forward
exciting.
Yeah, we
to.
can do predictions.
I support that. So Jess is in jury duty. She gets a call from her principal, saying he shattered his hip or
Yeah.
broke his bones and everything, and so he's like, I'm gonna need you to take over being the principal, and she's like, I'll do it. Crap, I have jury duty.
Yeah.
And she tries to get out of it by lying, because she says, she says gob instead of
Yeah,
God.
she says
Yeah.
Gob instead of God.
Brilliant. Didn't work. So she did end up getting chosen, and I think at the end of the day, I think she's happy about it, because she can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's supposed to be there. I think she wants to be there deep down, even
Yeah.
though she wants to be the principal too.
I thought sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
thought for a second, like, instead of the lawyer, I guess, being the lawyer, I thought he was going to be on the jury, like, with her.
So did
Because
I.
it seemed like it. Like, he was like,
Yeah.
oh, another person getting out of jury duty, but...
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did seem like it. And I think that's, I don't know, maybe that's a way for them to, since she's not technically just disappearing, she's going to jury duty, maybe when she comes back, that's how their relationship can sort of begin, because they get to know each other through this process, and then she reappears with him.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for her to come back, and she's just
She
left.
just barely left. So let's get back to the roomies.
Yes.
So we pretty much see kind of just like the was it the episode last week with the bar?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh yeah, the first episode was the engagement party. We see Nick and CeCe just kind of have it out. They were not trying to make up by any means.
No.
And Schmidt is just kind of, he doesn't know what to do. He's a little like, okay guys, maybe we should just sit back down and, talk about this like adults.
Yeah.
And of course they are just getting heated and it is not working. And every time they call Jess, and Jess does answer, she tries to figure, figure out a solution. And Nick puts her on speaker, and I think, did they come to an agreement because of Jess, or was it just kind of, at the end of the day, they were like, okay, let's sit down. I won't sign the, what did she say? She said, I'll sign the roommate agreement. And then Nick says, okay, you know what? Here's my thing. I'm jealous.
Yeah. I think they kind of came up with that on their own.
That's good. Again, going back to Liz Meriwether, they're growing up. They're becoming adults and making adult decisions, and that's a big one.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And they are, like, in a really weird situation. Like, they all live with each other, and, like, CeCe is now Schmidt's fiance, and Nick is still his best friend, and, like, obviously Schmidt is going to hang out more with CeCe because that's his soon-to-be wife. Like, so I can see Nick getting jealous, and it's just a weird situation because they all do still live together now. So it's, I don't know, I think it's going to be really awkward.
Well, it just kind of hit me. They're not going to live in the loft married. So does that mean we're going to have
I would hope not.
Right?
But,
like, don't you think it would be, like, a little odd? So does that mean, like, Schmidt will be moving out?
Maybe he'll move back into the apartment, like, across the hall.
Oh, that could be a thing. But will they, like, do we think that they'll bring in a new roommate? Like, with...
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once they get married, could there be, like, a big change?
We could talk about that in predictions.
I know. I'm jumping the gun. It just hit me.
No,
I don't know if I'm
great.
ready for such a big change.
It is a big change. It's a big adjustment for the roommates, and not only are they going to have the adjustment of CeCe moving in, but they're going to have the adjustment of Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So once she comes in, I think that's going to kind of, like we discussed last week, I think that's going to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to see how so.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Who knows? I guess we'll find out next week.
We will.
Did you got anything else for tonight's episode?
Let's see.
I'm really liking how they're giving CeCe so much personality.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of saw her as she just wasn't so vocal. She wasn't so, this is my space. I'm sharing this with Schmidt. I can do what I want. I'm officially a roommate type of thing, even though she hasn't signed the agreement yet. I kind of like that she's kind of getting all, guys, this is my stuff.
We're like getting to see her crazy side. Like we're learning like how she how Jess said on the phone. She's like, is she calling Nick mean girl names? Like we're starting to see like her quirks that like are parts of her that weren't important before, kind of, or like she wasn't that character.
She's becoming a really big character, part of the 5th season.
Mm-hmm.
I did really like the advice bowl that Jess left.
Oh,
yeah,
I honestly thought that was brilliant.
I love that.
I that was so sweet.
Yeah.
So cute.
And then everything that was written on the cards were just perfect.
Right.
So funny.
The kebab.
Was the kebab like a throwback? Did that fly into the ceiling in a past episode, or was that just new?
I don't remember that.
I didn't think it was, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
If they were maybe like, if it had gone in the ceiling a while back. But even so, just
It would be cool if it did.
it wouldn't
it
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I really, and even Winston had a good sense of humor too. Usually I feel like he's pretty bad when it comes to pranks and joking, like the whole thing with Nick, where trying to finish each other's scent. That just did not work at all. So I feel like he's pretty bad with jokes, but he was pretty clever when he came and said, oh shoot, what did he say? The card,
Maybe I wrote it. Let's see. No,
part.
I didn't write it.
It was the card where he was like joking. Oh, he's like, stop reading all these advice cards or something along those lines.
Okay,
It was basically like,
yeah.
how does she know? I know everything.
That's
He's like,
what it
I'm
was.
just kidding. That's
That
not
was
written
a
on
good
card.
one.
That was
That
a
was
good
good.
one.
Yeah.
Props to Winston. He's getting the hang of things.
He is getting the hang of
I
things.
feel like we're starting to see CeCe's crazy side a little bit, and maybe Winston's smarter side. He had like some smart moments in the last episode where he like gave good advice.
Yeah,
You know, like I
the
feel like
good
they're sort
advice.
of making CeCe a little sillier, and Winston maybe they're not taking his silly away because you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But they're giving him a little more substance.
Responsibility
Yeah.
too. I mean, he's trying to fix the mistake of the hammer in the wall. He tries a couple times throughout
He
the
uses
episode.
duct tape. He needs a stapler. He's definitely not like full adult yet.
But
He's
he's not running.
there.
He's not running away from the problem.
Exactly.
He's not facing it head on to the point that he's taking full responsibility for it.
Right.
But he is trying to make the situation a little better.
Yeah.
So everyone's grown up.
Yeah.
I like
cute.
it. You guys want to jump into predictions?
Sure.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I can go.
You go.
Since I feel like you went last time, right?
Yeah. No.
Michelle, it's all you.
I already basically went earlier.
It's true, you did. I think that Megan Fox will come in and just like throw everyone out of like. She'll just like jumble everything up. Like everything will go crazy.
Throw everything into a spiral.
Yeah, like she. I really want her to like get in there and like help them out because Jess is gone.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not going to turn out that way. And then I also feel like when Jess comes back, she'll definitely come back with a new guy.
Exciting.
Yeah. And
John Cho.
yeah, maybe like she'll grow up too and like maybe she'll move out and live with him.
Oh gosh, you can't say that.
I mean, you never know. What if like Schmidt and CeCe just like decide to live in the loft and someone has to move out?
Do they? Does someone really have to move out?
They don't, but they're growing up.
I
See, it
know,
wouldn't
that's true.
shock me if they get married and they just stay in the loft. Like
Yeah.
you would think they would move out, but it wouldn't like shock me if they were
It would
like,
just
we're
be
just
really
gonna stay
weird.
here. It would just be super weird.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's in their personalities to just kind
in-
of chill there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just as he was like, I want how CeCe said that they Schmidt wants them to get married at the denim bar.
Right.
Like
right.
that's so not traditional, you know. And
Right.
and of course we learned from the first episode that CeCe's mom will not be providing funds for the wedding.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that.
But still, the denim bar.
Yeah.
Come on, Schmidt.
True.
That doesn't seem Schmidt-like, to be honest.
I feel like he's more of like a.
like a
classy,
and like
yeah.
classy wedding.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Especially how he was so about the engagement party and so
Yeah.
like bridezilla-ish about the engagement party.
Groomzilla.
Yeah, groomzilla. That's the word I'm looking for. Fiona, do you have any predictions?
Well, I sort of said mine earlier. I agree. I think she might come back from the jury thing with the guy whose name I can't remember. Daniel. I feel like they're going to use that as a way for her to sort of re-enter the picture with Daniel by her side, but I kind of agree with the Megan Fox thing. I think that Jess not being there is going to, like, the next episode might be very chaotic for everyone, sort of like, oh no, like, our mother hen has left, like,
Yeah.
everyone doesn't know what to do, and then I don't know if Megan Fox's character is going to be the solution. I feel like they're kind of setting her up to be that way, but I'm definitely immediately predicting chaos.
Yeah.
I think they might be like, oh, you know, kind of look to Megan Fox as they would Jess, and I think Megan Fox is going to be like, no, like I don't want responsibility.
Yeah, like,
you
she's
guys,
like, you guys are adults.
yeah, I'm not taking care of you. You
Right.
guys do your own thing.
Right.
I'm just gonna be here living and using it as a space to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she's gonna try to integrate herself into the roomies as much as we would like. But of course, it's a show, so they're gonna make it, you know, awkward and
Right.
fun and hilarious all at the same time.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to
What
see how
about
that all
you?
turns out.
When you said something earlier, Fiona, you said maybe Schmidt and CeCe might move out to, you know, down the hall.
Right.
And that kind of got a little thought in my head. If that were to happen, I would not be mad about seeing Coach back.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my god!
'Cause he went
think
to-
of that as a possibility.
He
I want
went
Coach
to
back.
Me
Yeah.
too. I love him. He went to live with May.
May.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
May. Question
Be more
mark.
sure of yourself.
Be more confident. Yeah, he went to go live with May in New York, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely New York.
So maybe they didn't work out and he moves back in.
Which would be sad, but I would be so happy.
I would love that.
Be super down for Coach to come back.
Well, we would love to hear your guys' predictions. Let's keep talking. Use the hashtag ABTVNewGirl, and we'll chat, and we'll see you guys next week, and we'll talk more about Megan Fox and see how she plays out in the episodes. I'm Kellie Knezovich. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kellie Knez.
I'm Fiona Zaring. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Fiona Zaring.
And I'm Michelle Fee, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelle Fee.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.